Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Crowley House Flower Farm and Nursery. Today I'm going to be working on a little project that I've wanted to do for a very long time. Yes, I'm going to paint the brick at the Orchard Heights house along that planter box. If you missed last week's video when I planted it up with beautiful mums and grasses and pumpkins, that's the one I'm talking about. It's just brick. It's from the 1950s, and I feel like it just needs brightened up. I'm also going to be just simply restyling the front porch there. It's got this huge porch, and the homes in the 1950s, especially right after the war, were very simply designed. They're kind of like the ranch style that you see, and then they have like big porches, breezeways, very simple living, very clean lined. And so anyways, this has a beautiful front porch because it does have a gorgeous view of the Willamette Valley and all the mountain ranges and everything, so you can sit out there and, you know, wine, coffee, anything, and it just is wonderful. It's really large. Eventually, I'm going to be covering this with a thin brick as well when I redo both of those, but that's going to be in some time when I can save a few more pennies. It's expensive, but it'll be a really fun project, and it's something that I'm really looking forward to. So what I'm going to do is go gather some grass along the road. It's just kind of roadsidea is what we call it. Is just some grass that is kind of, you know, overseeded from the fields. I'm going to gather some of that, some berries, like we have some hawthorn, which is really prickly, but it's beautiful and it's worth cutting. And then also just some rose hip, things like that I'm going to find around the farm. Anything that I can get my hands on. I'm going to make kind of a rustic wreath for the front porch. You know, getting ready for the holidays, for fall, and it's already fall and I'm just behind. And I think all of you guys know how that feels. But anyways, it should be, I'm looking forward to doing this video with you guys, and I'm glad you're here with me. All right, I'm gonna go get some grasses and get going on that wreath. Okay, I have gathered all my material to make my wreath. Now what I'm using is a wreath frame that I just used from year to year. It's very rusty, but I kind of like the look of it. And then I've got my beautiful hawthorn berry that I went and cut over by the chicken coop. Said hello to the chickens. I have my grass that I got from the side of the road, which is just kind of like an oat grass kind of thing. It's really pretty. And then I had like in my cooler just a bucket of some of the olive that grows here on the farm. We have a couple trees. So I cut this and I thought that would look really, really cool. Just that kind of silvery gray color. And then I have a little bit of moss just to give me some bulk. So I'm just gonna twine all this on using some bind wire. I'll show you what that looks like. But first I'm gonna cut up my hawthorn berry. It is very prickly, so gloves are required. Now you could use pretty much anything if you're making one of these. You can even use lawn clippings or just on the side of the road if there's some grass that needs trimmed down, you could do that. And then anything that will kind of dry, and like the berries, this is gonna be outside, so it's not a big deal, but you could do, you know, if you had a whole bunch of things like a rose hip or, you know, ilex berry or anything like that would look really, really cool this time of year. Even some branches with fall blooming kind of leaves and things would look really pretty. But this is just, you know, a nice little welcome, inexpensive, kind of using what I have here on the farms. So I ended up getting everything cut up nicely, and that just makes the job go a little bit quicker. But I also left my grass long, and the reason I want to do that is because I want this very organic, and I want to kind of mish it, and it kind of almost looks like straw kind of going through my design. So the only thing I forgot was some bind wire, so I got to go get that really quick from the studio, and then I'll get going on my wreath. This should look absolutely stunning, I think, against the green of the Orchard Heights house. We'll see. Okay, so this is called bind wire, and what it is just almost covered with like raffia. You know what that is? And it's just a really thin, and it's got a little bit of wire to it inside of it, so it like is pretty easy to manipulate, but it kind of holds a shape. But if you didn't have that, you could also use just regular paddle wire, and you can get both of these online or at a craft store. But so what I'm going to do is just kind of alternate and go back and forth. It's going to be very organic. I want it to look very natural, so not too much fuss with it. I just finished up, and I just cut my bind wire just like this. So all I'm going to do, this is hard for some folks to kind of figure out, but on the back side, so you just kind of have to find your metal ring that you're using. Sorry. Riley's helping me today, and I was talking to her while I was doing this beautiful wreath. So I just kind of went through just like this. So, and it's almost like you're sewing. You just want to thread through just once or twice. And because this has a little bit of wire to it, it's gonna just secure really nicely. That's why I like it. And it's really nice. Like, I struggle with my hands a little bit, and this wire is a little bit thicker and easier to work with than the really slick
metal wire.
The metal paddle wire that is like the floral wire that's just standard. I use it a lot, but this time of year it's easier to kind of do this. Now the other thing you could do is go ahead and loop it around and create a little hook, and all you do is twist like a bread tie and secure that, because we do get a little bit of wind, so you gotta always think about those things. But then that gives you a little bit of a holder. I'll turn this around. I have a little editing to do, but this is the start of it. So now, because I have all that wire going through that, I can go ahead and feed through more, you know, berries if I want to, or in my case, I'm using olive, any of those things through this, where there's kind of like lighter areas. I started off really light because I wasn't sure if I would have enough to go all the way around, but this is, I think, gonna be perfect. Don't you think, Riley?
I think it's really pretty.
Riley wants one.
I don't have a door.
I know. If anybody wants me to make them a wreath, let me know. I'll make them one. So pretty. So I absolutely love how this turned out, just using a little bit of moss, some roadside grass, some berries along our, just kind of, we have some area out by the chickens that just have natural hawthorn growing, which is really fun for the birds. But anyways, also fun for me. So I'm gonna go take this back to the Orchard Heights house and probably work on this project tomorrow a little bit. I still have the painting to do and all of the decorating on the front porch. Again, this year I'm just gonna do really minimal, kind of like this wreath, just a really simple, classic look. So anyways, it'll be fun. And I have to tell you, we have an absolutely gorgeous night here. I love Crowley House this time of year. It's just, this area is just gorgeous. The farmland and beautiful, all the, just the light, everything that is captured here is really fun. Okay, so I am getting ready to paint the brick, and all I need to do is go ahead and take a wire brush to it. I've already cleaned it really well with a pressure washer, and so now I'm just gonna get any loose rock and that kind of thing off. Now, again, this doesn't have to be perfect because it's only gonna be for a short time, but I don't know how long that's going to be, so I do want it to look really nice when it's all finished. I do have a couple of potato vines which are growing over the wall, and what my plan is I'm just going to take a couple plastic bags, like garbage bags, and kind of like gently toss them in and pull them up and over until the wall dries. It should dry pretty quickly because it is a warm day here, even though I'm dressed in a really wool coat. It's got a little bit of wind, so anyways, so I'm just gonna get going on that and get it painted. Hopefully it looks good. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Oh well, it'll be fine. Let's just do it. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. I don't know why I'm so nervous about this, but I got myself a big, huge wampum. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm already struggling. Little fuzzball thing here. Okay, we'll see how this looks. No going back now. Well, it's gonna be pretty, I think. First impressions, it looks cleaner already. But it's gonna take a chore to do this. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Jason's behind the camera today, you guys. Braden left us for the weekend. I think what I'm gonna have to do is just take this big roller and like do the whole thing. and then come back with a brush, I think.
Probably. Might try that big brush and see what it does.
It's like old school brushing. Goes on like butter. Look at that. It's like they knew what they were doing a long time ago. So cool. Oh, that's gonna make life a lot easier.
That seems to be working better
Yes,
than
this is working really good. I just wish we had two of them so you could help me.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's great. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? Here's the big crack. This wall, this whole portion is coming off. It's not even straight. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be busy painting for a couple hours.
Okay.
You can join me. Are you getting lightheaded?
No.
It's like when we were at the doctor's the other day. It's like take a deep breath in and out. I was like, I'm gonna hyperventilate.
That makes me
Doesn't
lightheaded.
it? Yeah, I totally agree.
I can't hear much what you're gonna do with it.
Well, I'll just hold it back while you paint. Can you imagine in the old days, like they would hand paint with one of these? A whole house.
Yeah.
And some of the places were huge. And they would like lime wash things, and their brushes were not, I think it was like horsehair or something. Not this fancy dancy
Could be.
stuff.
That's probably,
Right, horsehair, wouldn't that?
I don't know.
I mean, what else would they have used? They used horsehair for a lot of things. I don't know.
You're doing so good.
It makes the flowers pop a lot more. Doesn't it?
We do.
I think once it dries, it's just gonna mellow out and look really good. So I'm gonna keep telling myself. So now I'm done. It doesn't look, I mean, obviously it's really bright, but now you can really see those cracks showing up, and how bad they are. I think when it was the other color, you couldn't see them as much. But yeah, from afar, it looks great, I think. Okay, so the next project is going to be painting the garage door. Not today, but anyways, I think overall it's going to look great once it dries, and it will kind of calm down the color a little bit. It'll dry. It's always going to be a little bit different, they say. I don't know. But okay, now I'm just going to clean up the porch and get it ready for fall and winter. All right, so painting is done. Looks good. I think I'm on to just clearing off this porch. So what I want to do is just keep it really, really simple this fall. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we get rain off and on. People think it rains all the time. It doesn't, but we keep that a secret because it's mostly very beautiful. But I am going to roll up the carpet that I put down this summer and put away some of the wicker chairs. I'm going to leave one out. My dad likes to come out here and have coffee sometimes. I might leave two. Haven't decided. But I did go to Home Goods the other day and I grabbed just a few things to spice it up. One, I didn't want to completely like fall with pumpkins and everything like that, but I got another, it's kind of an indoor-outdoor carpet, oh my gosh, pillow that has a little bit of gold and blue. I thought it looked nice with the trim of the house. And then I got, ooh, let me see, just a jute rug to put down just by the front door. So this house actually has a pretty big overhang, so the water or any rain, unless it's really stormy, doesn't come underneath. And this is the type of carpet that's like $14. And yeah, if it gets ruined, it gets ruined. Generally it doesn't in that section, so that'll be kind of fun. And then I just bought like a cozy little blanket. This was like $19, but it's just kind of, I think it's gonna look really nice. I was guessing on the colors of the house, but it kind of has a little bit of a touch of fall, but still very cozy. Thought that would be kind of fun. Cat hair. And then I bought this cute little basket that I thought I can put other blankets in case somebody wants to grab a blanket, because I do actually enjoy coming out here in the mornings and watching the sunrise and just being around all the birds and everything like that. So, all right. I'm gonna go grab my 2 trees and then pot up a few planters, move and shift a few things around. We'll see how it all comes together. Okay, well, I got the porch kind of where I want it. It's not done, but it's gonna have to wait until next week because I am really tired. Actually, painting was a lot of work. It took most of the day, and thankfully Jason came and helped me. But I'm liking how everything's kind of shaping up. I have a few tweaking to do on the front porch, but overall, I think it's nice and cozy, very simple, different than what I had imagined. Next video, I'll probably, well, I have all the plants to repot up all the pots for the front porch, and do some work in the new grass area. So I have some stonework and some steppable ground covers I'm putting in. There's just a lot going on. So I will bring that to you in next video. And I think that's gonna look really cool when we get this all styled up. But for now, I like the direction it's going. I would love to hear any feedback that you have. I'm still like, you know, this porch needs work. If you have a suggestion, I am going to brick this with the thin brick eventually, hopefully sooner than later. So I'm just like, okay, just bear with it for now. It'll be fine. But anyways, so leave me a comment below. Tell me what you think. Any suggestions on moving pots around, chairs, things like that. I'd love to hear your feedback. But until next time, much success in all you do and grow, and we'll be seeing you shortly back here at the Orchard Heights project very, very soon. Okay, take care, guys. Bye-bye.